Hey everyone. Hope you guys are doing great. I want to talk to you about a really cool principle that I learned from a friend of mine, John Lavinia, years ago. And I think I was in, where was I? Cozumel, Mexico, at a conference for a company I was a part of. And I learned from this dude talking about be, do, have. And this is the total opposite of what most people think how life is. So you look at Facebook and MTV. Let's look at these. Get on Facebook and see what you see, especially if you are in the internet world, the internet marketing space, and you're connected with lots of people that are building companies like I am. Majority of the posts you see are about the wins. Boom, $100,000 a month. Boom, $500,000 a month. Boom, $1 million a month. Boom, she just bought the new Lambo. Boom, just bought the new 15,000 square foot house, right? You see all this stuff. And it's really easy to get caught up in the have, man. And you may be sitting here in some tiny apartment, completely broke, working a dead-end job, and you're just getting started in this journey of entrepreneurship. I don't know where you're at. But wherever you're at, it's really easy to get caught up in the little, man, I love to have those things. Man, God, if I could just have that. If I could just have that car, man, I get to do all these cool things. Oh man, how would I feel? And then I'd be like this. And that's the total opposite. I want you to look at MTV. Same thing, man. You see these guys in their early 20s. Yo, gold chains, man. Lambo. See, they get to have all the things. If I just had all those things, then I would get to do all this cool stuff. And then I would be somebody. I would be this, I'd be respected, I'd be loved, I'd be admired. I'd be looked at by men or women as gods. Look at somebody who's achieved. My parents would finally approve of me, right? Have, do, be. See, that's what most of the world shows, but it's actually the true steps to success, folks, is the complete opposite. It is be, do, have. So here's the thing. Ultimately, the goal is that we want to have, right? We do want to have some things. We want to have the nice car. We want to have the nice house. We want to have an amazing relationship with your significant other. You want to have an amazing relationship with your kids. You want to have millions of dollars in the bank account. You want to be debt free. You want to, travel the world. You want to be a best-selling author, an international speaker, whatever it is you want in your life. Like, we got these goals and accomplishments we want to hit, and those are the haves. But it starts with being first. So if you're sitting here living in a 600 square foot apartment or wherever you're at, here's the reality. Maybe your goal, maybe you went through the exercise we talked about in this module about dreaming big, right? And you're writing down, I live in a 6,000 square foot house. Now, how are you going to get from 600 to 6,000? So you're thinking getting to the 6,000, I'll have arrived. I'd be a success. I'd be this and that. But the reality is, the reason you're still in a 600 square foot apartment is because of your mindset. And you have not changed what it takes to be the person that could accomplish a 6,000 square foot house. And it can happen very quick, guys. I've seen in my own life. I talked about earlier in one of the other videos that I was at a conference. This was in 2006. Man, I was in bad shape, man. Financially, just in a rough patch. In between businesses, trying to figure out what I was doing next. And I went to this T. Harv Eker, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind book. It's the Millionaire Mind Intensive. And thank God it was free. It was 4 hours from my house, so I didn't have to drive that far. My car wasn't running right, so I had to rent a car. No. We had that little Honda. Little junky Honda. So I went to this thing and barely had the money to check into a hotel for a couple of days. Barely had the money. Like, I literally had to budget and make sure we had enough money of gas money to get back and to eat. And we packed some food to go with us so we didn't have to spend much money. And we were like, we need a breakthrough, man. And we got one. Like, the exercise we learned there, in 90 days, I went from making zero to making over $100,000 a month, moved into a 6,500 square foot house, launched a hugely successful company. Like, it was a huge mindset shift for me. But I had to focus on being first. What changed in me was the being first. So I want you to start thinking about the next level goals that you have. You know, I want to be this is where you have to dig into your mindset and start shifting your mind. In fact, that you're going through this whole series right now is the fact that you want to shift your mind. So you got to start making changes. And we'll talk about that in other episodes, what those changes are. To start being first, right? You want to have a business that makes $100,000 a month, $500,000 a month, $1 million a month, whatever your big goals are. You have to be that person first, right? If you're sitting here making $1,000 a month and your goal is to make $100,000 a month, let me tell you something. Who you're being now is not who you need to be to hit that goal. If you're stuck in a 600 square foot apartment trying to get to a 6,000 square foot home, who you are being now inside, right? It's the actions, the habits, the things that you are, your mindset, the way you think, your confidence in yourself, all those internal things have to change first. So you need to start thinking about all your goals. You've been writing down your big goals, right? Get up in the morning, writing your goals at least 2 times a day, hopefully pushing towards 5. And you're writing these big goals down. But now how are you going to start working towards them? Stop and think about some of those goals. I want to make $100,000 a month. What would it feel like to make $100,000 a month? How would a person who makes $100,000 walk? How would they talk? How confident would they be? Would they be focusing on hourly income? Or are they focused on closing $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month clients? High end. Are they focusing on selling little products for $10 a piece? Or are they selling a $2,000 product on a webinar and doing, having 10K days? Right? You've got to start thinking about those things. If your goal, like for me, is to have 1,000 apartment units worth over $100 million, I got to start thinking about that. I'm thinking like Grant Cardone, man. What would Grant do? Would Grant think about apartments, about raising capital to help put those together? How about me busting butt and cranking up my income in my businesses so I have, millions of dollars to put down on apartment complexes that I can buy? Like, I've got to start thinking about those things. I have to start being, right? So if your goal is to wake up today, and man, you got to sell some stuff. Man, you got to make $1,000 today. You need to make 5,000. You need to make 10 grand today. You got to close your eyes and visualize yourself today. What would a person that makes $10,000 a day, $100,000 a month, whatever your goal is, what would that person do? How would they speak? Would they not have way more confidence than you're doing right now? Would be speaking with power and surety when you're talking with your clients, right? So you have to start being first. And sometimes in the beginning, guys, the whole fake it till you make it. I'm not big into that, but part of the fake it till you make it isn't lying. It's about being. Like, to make $1 million a year, it takes a certain type of person. So what would I do today if I was the kind of person that's making $1 million a year? How would I act? How would I speak? How would my work ethic be? How hard would I work? When I get on the phone, would I be like, well, would you like to buy my product? Or I'd be like, I'm absolutely certain that this is what you need. It's only $20,000. Let's make it happen, man. Let's do this. Right? It's got to be with confidence. You would speak with massive confidence. And you may not feel massively confident, but you start with just choosing to be confident in that moment. I got 5 phone calls. I'm going to choose to be confident. How would Grant Cardone, man, the ultimate sales guy, man, handle this? How would Tony Robbins, who would be with absolute certainty in that moment with that customer, how would he be? I'm telling you now, you start choosing to be first, and eventually you become, right? You become that person. You're pushing yourself past your goals. You become more and more that person. Successful people became successful. They didn't wake up one day and they're just naturally successful. They built themselves into successful people. So you start with being first, right? Being. That's where it starts. Your internal world, your mindset, the things you think about, the way you think. And sometimes you push mentors. How would Tony do this? How would Grant Cardone get on to sell this guy, right? Be first. So be, do, have. Let's go back to the next section. So we talked about be. You got to be first. Sometimes you can fake it till you make it. It's okay. Start focusing on being. To hit my goals, what kind of mindset would I need? What would the people doing that be? What would I have to be to do that? And start being. Just choose to be. It's not like, well, someday I'll be. No, just choose today to be. I'm going to wake up with confidence. I'm going to rock the world today. I'm going to freaking crush this. For one day only, I'm just going to give it my best, and I'm going to be this person. I'm going to stand with confidence and do that stuff, right? And then you do, right? Because you can't just be inside, woohoo, and then sit down and watch TV again. Now you got to start doing the actions. Okay, the person is making $1 million a year. What are the things he would do? I want to talk about his daily activity. Man, he'd be on that phone, crushing it. Of course, he's being when he's on the phone, right? The full confidence, all that kind of stuff. Passionate about his product. Thinking big. No $5 clients. No thinking about $5, $15, $20 an hour. You got to think big. You got to think $10, $20, $30,000 clients. Bigger if you're going to hit those numbers. And then you do the activities. What would a person that hits these kinds of goals, what would they do? How would they dress? How do they speak? How do they eat? How do they handle every area of their life? How is their mindset, right? So now you're focusing on being, and now you focus on doing. And when you focus on being the person that's going to achieve the things that you want to do, and then you do the activities in your life that you know is going to help you hit those, to make that happen, right? You start doing the things that a millionaire would do. Well, guess what, guys? One day, you will have the things a millionaire has. So it's okay to have big goals and dreams that we're pushing forward to, right? We want to have those things. We got to have, there's got to be a light at the end of the tunnel that gets us juiced, that gets us excited about the things that we want to accomplish in our lives. But first, you have to be that person first. Start changing your inner world. Your inner world creates your outer world. Start changing your inner world every day. Is where most of your focus needs to be, is focusing on your inner world aggressively. Until you're feeling like a damn rock star, and then you crush it and go do the things, the activities and the phone calls and finishing those funnels, getting on the phone and talking with affiliates, whatever you got to do. You do the things that's going to take you to succeed, to hit those goals, and I promise you, you'll have them. Peace out, guys. Hope you guys have a great one. Go get them.